keep pressure on it over here, so when it do line up, it'll just fall in.
Don't feel bad when I'm down, I'ma be okay. This right gon' come right back around and smack the BOA. Only the members gon' come round if you was down one. People got a Tom Brady on a shotgun. Knew I was finna be great when I came out the wound. They hate that I'm a butterfly that came out that cocoon.
Guess what car I'm working on? If you guessed the Integra, you were doggone right. I have some problems with random misfires at idle, and I want to give a shout out to Driver B for finding the issue that I have. And I got flat cams, man, and mostly it's my Vtec lobe. I don't know if y'all can see this, but my Vtec lobes, that's the big ones in the middle, and they flat on me. Yeah, I don't know if the camera gonna pull it up, but my cams is flat, and luckily I got some extra ones. They GSR cams. I got like 3 Vtec heads. 2 of them is GSR, 1 of them is B16. I can show you from the rocker. Yeah, check this out. You see that right there? That's beat the you know what. How it's flat, it ain't supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be smooth. That's another one. All these big square ones are Vtec lobes, and I noticed the Vtec lobes was the ones that was real bad. Like that one there. This one ain't too bad. That one ain't bad. That one is bad, as you can see. And then, so I changed these out. It's my first time doing it, believe it or not, and it's not that hard. So I'm gonna show y'all what I'm doing and how y'all can do it real quick. This is the spare head that I had. What you have to do, you gotta pull these caps off on the side. These caps right here, you got 2 on that drover side, and then you have one, which is this one on the passenger side, and then the other one, it's not a cap. Once you remove the Vtec solenoid, it's just an open hole. Before you can pull this rod out, you got to remove these pins. There's one here, and all this is on the driver's side by the timing cover. There's one here, all right, and then you got the one here that got the lip on it. I found a threaded screw. I'm sorry, I don't know the thread pitch and all that kind of stuff, but I found one because these are threaded. I found one that a thread in there, and you know, just thread it a little bit, give it a turn or 2, and get some pliers. Depending on how hard yours is, get some pliers and pull it, it'll come out. So you have to dang it, I'll show you on the car, but once you get those off, this rod right here, it has to come out, and that's what your rocker is on. If you look right here, I already had started doing it. The rocker sits on that rod. You see how that rod is hanging out? This is a 94 2000 Integra. So if you trying to do it on the Integra, it's more room if you push it towards the passenger side. The driver's side, I don't think you will have enough room to get the rod out far enough to change all the rockers. So you probably have to take off this motor mount and raise the engine and all that stuff. But if you go towards the passenger side, you ain't got to do none of that. So I already did the intake side, and these are the good ones, how they smooth. I know on camera, as I move the camera up and down, it looked like there's a rectangle engravement right here, but as you can see, as I move the camera, it goes with it. There's no chewed upness on these how it was on my old one. So I did the intake side, I'm doing the exhaust side. I got 3 of them in. The reason they marked, just in case I drop them or, you know, get them mixed up, I know where they go. So I went starting from 1 all the way across. That one ended up being, look like, what's that, 3, 6, 9, 12. Then this one started at 13, 14, 15, all the way across. I think it's like 24 of them or something like that. So, these are in. I just want to show y'all an easy way to get them in, and we'll take it from there. So this gonna be my helper for the day. He gonna hold the camera while I try to put these rockers in. All right, so I got 3 in already. What you gonna do, this rocker, this rod right here, it slides over. And get close. just remember, I already turned it. I believe I did. Yep, because I don't even see it. Try not to. Okay, there you go. There's a hole right here. You want to leave that facing up, because when you get all the way across, there's a pin you need to drop in here. It goes in that hole, and if that hole is turned the wrong way, it's not gonna go in. So remember, this has to be there. So I got 3 in. I'm gonna back it up for y'all. So these rockers, come on over here, player. These rockers, as you can see, I zip tied them. They 3-piece. It's a pin and the Vtec load, and then you have these little metal. I don't know if y'all can see that, man, but try to see. Zip tying away, but these ain't zip tied no more. So let me show you on here. Yeah, there we go. So this the pin that's in the middle for the Vtec. It's a pin that'll slide out, and then you see this little tiny pin right there. It goes in this groove and it keeps them together. So if you go to put these in and this pin ain't right, once it's in there, it's hard. If it's like this, you're not gonna get it in, because it's not enough room for you to kind of slide this over, drop it in, and, you know, line it up. So what I do is, I have, and other guys, they have them on zip tie. It's zip tied, so everything is lined up per se. You got enough room to where you won't get stuck on that tiny pin. So come over here. So when you put your zip tie, make sure this fat piece is at the top, because there's no room, David. There's no room on the side for the fat piece to be trying to hang out or whatever. So you go in here, make sure it's all lined up. Small pin, okay? So it's not lined up as the big pin to go through here. You gotta line that up once you drop it in. You just want to make sure the small pin is right, because once you drop it in, that's it. So I got them in, and just to show you what I'm talking about, these little pins that's on this side right here, you getting that, right?
Yeah.
All right. You see how they all come up together, go down together? I'm only moving one, but they all moving. That's because of that tiny pin kind of keeps them together, and they'll do that. Okay, so you need those to stay locked together. Now, while this is in there, the zip tie is kind of keeping them, so the tiny pin will be right. Now you gotta play with it and get the big pin or rod. See, I got it through the first one. You'll know when, see, there go the second one. You'll know when to go through, because it'll start moving. You gotta move it, you gotta wiggle. There we go. I got it through all of it. Got a pin going through, and it came out through that empty side over here. See how it came out through the empty side? So these 3 is in there, and then all you do, get your handy dandy, cut the zip tie, pull it out. And you see how they all move together? I'm only grabbing one, but they all move together. That's because of that tiny pin. It keeps them together. So these is done. I got 2 more sets of 3s to go in there, and don't forget that hole right there. So I'm gonna grab the other one. I got them in order. Like I say, I numbered them 60, 70, 18, 19, 20, 21. You know, you can do that if you want to. You don't have to. But just make sure there's enough room. Make sure the zip tie, the fat part, is at the top. Drop these bad boys up in there, and then play with the rod. Keep pressure on the rod, so when you line it up, it'll just fall, it'll slide in. Nails. Come on now. There we go. I got it through one. Now this middle one, I got it lined up. Oh, got it through the middle one. Now the third one, I got it lined up. There we go. Got them through all of them. And when you get it through all of them, it'll just slide through, and boom, you come out the next side. All right. So we only got one more to go. I guess I'll show y'all that one too. So remember, I got these in. They lined up because they moving together. Don't forget to cut the zip tie off, or your boy gonna be in trouble. You try to fire this thing up with a zip tie in there. So those, man, I might as well show y'all the last one. Sets of 3. See how I zip tied it? This is on the side. That ain't gonna work. You gotta put that fat part up top so they have room to slide in there. Alright. All 3. Drop these cookies in the bag. Keep pressure on it over here so when they do line up, it'll just fall in. Alright, I got the first one. Let's see if I can. Oh, there go the second one. Get the third one. Come on. There we go, I got it. Alright, so third one is in. It's sliding across. I'm looking for that hole. And it's crooked. Alright, so you know, in the midst of pushing and spinning and all that, you will see that hole that disappear on your butt. And once that happens, you gotta figure that hole out. So basically, the hole is going right here. So what I'm gonna do this, you can get this from Harbor Freight, wherever the case. It don't have to be this. It could be whatever small enough to get in there. So this hole right here, I already put that pin in that one. This hole right here, you can see where it's not a line, put it in there, and you can spin it with this. Rotate it, boom. When it look like it's about right, this is it in a minute, but I just want to see if it's lined up. See how it didn't go in? Although it looked lined up from the eye, something ain't right. So I'm gonna give it a little twist. See how it dropped in now? Good, it dropped in. So now, take the screw out, and we done, man.